What is up, Friar Faithful? Bam! Back at you tonight, right after this game that was delayed an hour and a half. If you watched the game, you know what I'm talking about. This game was insane. 14-3. Man, like I said, fast or feast with the Padres. They score hella runs one day and the next they don't score that much. But things are a little bit different. They scored, I think it was 5 runs yesterday. So they scored 14 runs today. They freaking dominated. I mean, there's been some changes recently. One of the big changes, a highlight of today's game was freaking Campusano, the catcher, the one that came off the injured list. This guy, he got 4 for 5 today. He had 5 at-bats, which is crazy, but besides from that, he got 4 hits out of 5 at-bats. How many times do you think Nola would have got on base if he was up 5 times? He probably would have got, if he was lucky, maybe 2 times. Not only was he 4 for 5, but he also got a 3-run home run. I mean, this guy, I think this is like his 2nd or 3rd game that he's played since he's been back from the injured list, and he's already delivered way more than Nola would have ever delivered this season. I mean, I think this is his 2nd home run already, Campusano. So this guy is a beast. I'm so glad to see this guy on there with Gary Sanchez, giving Gary Sanchez a break, because since Gary Sanchez has started playing for the Padres, he started off kind of, I mean, he came in hot actually, but you know, he didn't play every game. They were still in denial. They kept Nola in there, and then finally Nola was so bad, I think they just finally like, you know what, we're just gonna bring Gary. We're just gonna give Gary more playing time, and Nola basically wasn't playing anymore because Gary Sanchez was playing every game. And as you know, they got rid of Nola. Thank you very much. So I'm glad they did that, made that move. I'm glad Luis Campusano was able to come back, in addition to Seth Lugo, who's also back. But another big addition to the team was today, a AA player from El Paso, Jackson Wolf, the Lobo. This dude came back, and this was a crazy major league debut because he pitched the first 2 innings, and then there was a rain delay, which I didn't even know there was any rain happening in Detroit, but apparently there was. So the game was delayed at the 2nd inning, and the other team, the Tigers, they actually didn't bring back their starting pitcher. They brought in their 2nd relief pitcher. Well, they brought in their first relief pitcher, and the Padres decided to stick with Wolf. Even though this was his first game in the major leagues, they said, you know what, we're going to leave him in there. And actually something I learned today is that for a pitcher to be the pitcher on record, they have to pitch at least 5 innings. So they left Wolf in there for 5 innings. He did a great job. He gave up 3 runs. I think it was in the 2nd. But that was it. That was all Detroit scored. The Padres came back like beasts. I want to share some of the offensive highlights that the Padres did. So, like I said, Wolf makes his debut. There was a rain delay in the 2nd. Tigers scored 3 runs, and when they come back after the rain delay. In the 3rd inning is when the Padres just start to heat up. Grish walks, Tatis hits a single, Soto gets a 1-run double. Miguel hits his 19th home run in the 3rd inning, scoring 3 runs. In the 4th inning, so they tie up the game. So in the 4th inning, Campusano hits a single, Kim hits a single, Tatis hits a single, gets a run batted in. In the 5th inning, Crony, his batting average going into this was, I think, 206. I didn't realize his batting average was that bad, but changed after tonight, got a little better. A 1-run triple. So that was awesome. I think that was the 2nd triple. Campusano hits another single, RBI. Rivas, the other guy that they brought up, he gets a double. So that was pretty awesome. Grish gets a sacrifice fly. He brings Campusano scores. Kim walks. got these walks, and then Soto hits a 2-run single. So brings in 2 more runs. It wasn't until the 5th inning that Jackson Wolf gets his first strikeout. And I think that was his only strikeout of the game. He only struck out 1 person, but he only gave up 3 runs. So that tells you that you don't have to throw strikes in order to win the game. You know, the defense was his backup, and every time just ground out, you know, people were pop flies or grounding out into the Padres defense. So in the 6th inning, nothing happened. In the 7th inning, Kim hits a 1-run homer, making the score 11. So just to rub it in a little bit, Campusano gets another hit, but this time he hits a 3-run homer. So that makes the score 14-3. Man, what a freaking game. So that actually improves the Padres standing. So they got a little bit. All right, so where does that put us in the National League West? The Padres are 48-51, 3 games under 500. We haven't been this close to 500 for months. We're making progress, but we still got a long way to go. National League West is kind of crazy. Arizona and San Francisco is tied at 54-45, so they're tied for 2nd. Dodgers moved up. They won 2 games, but the Diamondbacks and the Giants both have lost 3 and 4 games in a row. So that's good for us. You know, it allows us to get a little closer. I mean, I'm not really worried about that. I just want to see the Padres get at least over 500 before the season ends, and then maybe we can get some ground on the Giants and the Diamondbacks. But really what's important is the wild card, and I think we're like 5.5 games under for the wild card. So we're making progress. We're getting closer, little by little, inch by inch. If we can sweep the Tigers tomorrow, that would be awesome. I don't think I can watch the game because it's on Peacock. I don't know what that is. I don't have a subscription for that, so I don't think I'm going to watch this game. I'm going to have to just listen to it on the radio. So tomorrow's game is early. It starts at 9:05. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we can sweep, baby. Let's go.